Good evening, I'm Eva, and welcome to Headline Hub. Tonight we present an exclusive investigation into one of the most consequential geopolitical rivalries of our time, unmasking the hidden agenda behind America's hostility toward China. In this special report, we'll explore the layers of economic conflict, ideological battles, technological competition, military tensions, and media narratives that drive this rivalry. Stay with us as we uncover the forces shaping this high-stakes global contest. The economic battle. For decades, the United States has been a global economic powerhouse. Yet China's rapid industrial and technological growth now challenges America's long-standing economic dominance. At the heart of this rivalry is a battle for resources, market share, and global influence. Under administrations from both parties, the U.S. has levied tariffs on Chinese goods, accusing Beijing of unfair trade practices, intellectual property theft, and currency manipulation. This trade war isn't merely about numbers on a balance sheet. It reflects deep-seated fears that China's economic rise could erode American influence on the global stage. For many American workers, the outsourcing of manufacturing to China has resulted in job losses and economic dislocation. Meanwhile, initiatives like China's Belt and Road, which finances vast infrastructure projects across Asia, Africa, and Europe, signal a bold move by Beijing to expand its economic reach. Washington views these projects as strategic investments that challenge U.S. economic supremacy. Thus, the economic dimension of this rivalry extends beyond trade disputes. It is a contest for global influence, where every policy decision and every investment is part of a larger geopolitical chess game. The ideological divide. Beyond economics, an ideological clash further deepens the divide between the United States and China. This isn't just a competition between two nations. It's a battle between two very different visions for how society should be governed. The United States champions democratic ideals, individual freedom, transparent governance, and a market-driven economy. In contrast, China's model, often labeled authoritarian capitalism, has delivered rapid economic growth under the control of a single ruling party. This difference isn't only academic, it touches on core values about freedom, rights, and the role of the state. Western critics highlight issues such as human rights abuses in regions like Tibet, Xinjiang, and Hong Kong, to argue that China's political system is inherently repressive. For many in the United States, these issues provide a rationale for opposing Beijing's global rise, as they fear that success for China's model could inspire similar regimes elsewhere. Meanwhile, China counters by emphasizing stability, rapid development, and national sovereignty. At the center of this ideological battle is Taiwan, a vibrant democracy that China considers a renegade province. The U.S. supports Taiwan through arms sales and political backing, further complicating this already fraught relationship. The ideological differences, then, are not only about governance, but also about which political model might ultimately dominate the 21st century. The technological race. Technology is now the new frontier in the U.S.-China rivalry. In an era defined by data, connectivity, and artificial intelligence, the competition for technological leadership has become as critical as any military or economic battle. A striking example is the controversy surrounding Huawei, China's leading telecom giant. The U.S. government has raised serious concerns. In an era defined by data, connectivity, and artificial intelligence, the competition for technological leadership has become as critical as any military or economic battle. A striking example is the controversy surrounding Huawei, China's leading telecom giant. The U.S. government has raised serious concerns about cybersecurity risks and potential espionage, resulting in bans and strict controls on Huawei's involvement in critical infrastructure projects. This move underscores how intertwined technology and national security have become. But the technological contest doesn't stop with telecoms. Both nations are investing billions in artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and next-generation network technology. Innovations in these fields are set to revolutionize industries, military capabilities, and economic competitiveness on a global scale. Furthermore, popular Chinese apps like TikTok have come under intense scrutiny in Washington over data privacy concerns. Such digital platforms are not merely social tools. They represent the critical intersection of technology and geopolitical strategy, where control over data can translate into power, military tensions, and strategic posturing. In addition to economic, ideological, and technological rivalries, the military dimension of the US-China relationship remains a flashpoint that could shape the future of global security. Nowhere is this more evident than in the contested waters of the South China Sea. China has been actively constructing artificial islands and deploying military assets in the South China Sea, asserting territorial claims over key maritime routes. These actions have alarmed Washington, prompting regular freedom of navigation operations to challenge Beijing's assertions and to safeguard international shipping lanes. The issue is compounded by the United States' long-standing support for its allies in the region and its commitment to a robust military presence. While neither side wishes to see an all-out conflict, the potential for miscalculation or accidental escalation remains a very real concern. Modernizing nuclear arsenals and advanced missile systems only add to the strategic tension between these two giants. Thus, the military standoff is not only about defending territory, it is a critical component of a broader strategy to assert global influence and deter potential adversaries. The power of media. An often underestimated aspect of this rivalry is the role of media. Across both sides of the Pacific, media outlets shape narratives that influence public opinion and drive policy decisions regarding US-China relations. In the United States, mainstream news often portrays China as a rising threat, focusing on issues such as human rights, aggressive trade policies, and military expansion. This framing not only informs but also galvanizes public sentiment, pushing for tougher government policies against Beijing. In contrast, Chinese state media emphasizes national pride, economic achievements, and the notion that China is unfairly targeted by the West. Each side's media landscape not only reports the news, but also helps shape the ideological battle that underpins this rivalry. This media war amplifies tensions, ensuring that the rivalry is not just fought on economic or military fronts, but also in the court of public opinion, both domestically and internationally. The hidden agenda, maintaining global hegemony. Beneath the visible conflicts lies a deeper, less discussed factor: the US desire to maintain its global hegemony. The rise of China poses a significant challenge to the unipolar world that the United States has long dominated. For many American policymakers, China's rapid ascent threatens to dilute US influence. The containment strategies deployed, ranging from economic sanctions and trade restrictions to military alliances and diplomatic maneuvers, are all aimed at curbing Beijing's ability to reshape the global order. This hidden agenda is rooted in the fear of a multipolar world, where power is no longer concentrated in the hands of a single superpower. In essence, the actions taken against China are less about isolated issues and more about preserving the global balance of power that has, until now, favored the United States. The reality is that the US strategy toward China is designed to ensure that even as new powers emerge, Washington remains the dominant force in international affairs. So, why does it seem that America is so hostile toward China? As we've explored tonight, the story is anything but simple. It is a multifaceted struggle, an economic war, an ideological battle, a technological race, and a military standoff, all underpinned by a hidden agenda aimed at maintaining global supremacy. The rivalry between the United States and China is complex. It is driven not solely by issues of trade or technology, but by deeper questions about what kind of world we want to live in, whether power should be concentrated in the hands of a single superpower or shared among rising nations. At Headline Hub, our mission is to bring you a balanced and thorough examination of these critical global issues. As China continues its rapid rise and as America grapples with its own shifting role in the world, the decisions made today will undoubtedly shape the future of international relations for decades to come. Thank you for joining us for this special report on Headline Hub. I'm Eva, reminding you to stay informed, ask questions, and engage with the stories that shape our world. Good night. For ongoing analysis and updates on this critical story, visit our website and follow us on social media. We'll continue to monitor these developments closely and bring you the insights that matter.